No, Thursdays will be though. Thursdays will
Okay,
be after we.
I will
The,
I will simply not mention any Wukong queues then because it's kind of pointless since I already talked about it earlier today. Okay, I'll just talk about other
okay.
stuff because otherwise
Uh,
I could probably spend another 20 minutes complaining about your queue usage.
yeah, that's fair. This one, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, at some point I got like either invaded or something, but
Yeah, looks like he started your bot side.
early. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, yeah. He took my whole box side except for Krugs. I went back and looked at
hmm Well, I
the
would
game reviews.
for you anytime you walk in and your raptors are gone, you should just assume the bot sides are gone too because who the fuck takes raptors and not red, right? So the second I see this,
Yeah,
immediately you turn onto those raptors immediately, especially because you have top and mid prio. And you're like, by then you'll be full HP. You have your pot. You have all three spells up. You have flash. So why not fight him on his top camps, right? Um,
yeah,
so the second you see this, just immediately U-turn. But the longer you take to do what you do and check your red and keep blocking, the more time you're giving him to just take his camps before you can show up. You know, because here, especially
yeah,
here, you actually have a ward on his raptors. So until you see him here, he's probably still doing it. He's probably on his blue or on his gromp or on his, he's still doing a scamp. So there's no reason why if you show up here, you're gonna be the exact same items, which is you're both gonna be 0 items. You're both gonna be level 3. Um, he might have red buff advantage on you. Sick. That's not really a big deal. You're gonna have mid prio. So why not fight him on the raptors? You know. Here I don't know why
yeah.
you bought glowing mode over a ruby crystal or a longsword. Um,
Yeah, I started doing
Sheet first,
rushing the
but
components
that's if
now.
you're able to. Oh, now okay, yeah, because cheating first is fine if
The
you're able
for
to
the
base.
Heartstone axe, or whatever. I usually go do the components for that to help with the second clear. Then I'll get Sheen.
Yeah, because glowing
Um,
mode gives you nothing. Uh, so yeah, because now you decide to do this and run here, but now you see now you get here and the camp's already gone. But if you just ran here immediately, the camp would still be up. And now, if only if you had longsword, you might win this. But now you're fighting this with just a glowing moat. His level advantage is worth more a glowing moat. So now it's just doomed. The second you see he's level 4 and the camp's gone, you cannot EN. Like it's already you already fucked up. Because before, uh, you're both level 3, so you have the exact same levels, and you should have an item advantage as well technically. But by the time, but just because you're late, he's able to get the camp before you get here. It looks like he had no smite either because he uses smite on his bot camps. And now with level advantage and red buff advantage, now it's just a losing fight. You know. So
yeah,
I mean, the only takeaway is you just cannot base right here. Um, maybe if you're low or you had a big item, sure, but you have no item and you're gonna be full HP by the time you get the Raptors. Um, so that's it. Now you just fucked yourself. The recovery here is supposed to be really easy, but now that you die, now the recovery is way more complicated. Because you see how low this guy got. Imagine if you had longsword, or imagine if you were fighting him this entire time when you're both level 3. It wouldn't even be close. You would have 100% killed him. You know. Um,
right.
it's literally just from level advantage and not having a longsword or a ruby crystal technically as well. This all makes sense.
Yeah, I just didn't know. So now I know
Yeah.
if my shit gets invaded, immediately run to
hmm
the opposite side.
Um, but it's fine. We get to And okay, so when you get behind early, number one goal is to stabilize. Stabilizing means just catch up in golden XP and just full clear. I have no idea why you're skipping your entire top side to gank a bot when they're not even low. Like if this Samir and Poppy were like both like half HP or like quarter HP, then I get it, you know? But in this case, you look bot, you see full HP. Poppy hard counters you because his W stops your E and your W. Also, you have no CC. If this guy was maybe in Rail or Nollis, maybe it's acceptable to gank because they might not be low, but they're pushing. So if we have like a really hard CC support, we could have enough setup to get this going. But in this case, we have no CC. We have no follow up. This guy's half HP. This guy's full. This guy's full. This guy's you know what I mean. If you had all your camps down as well, then why not? But again, you have two camps up, no CC, not low at all, not even like over pushing. If they were like hitting your tower, maybe, but they're not even like super pushed up either. Like you see me talk about my checklist once a gank. It's when they're pushed, when they're low, and you have CC. In this case, nothing applies, right? So I would just go to your top camps. When you're behind, you just need to stabilize and catch back up. All this does when you go for this, you're basically saying this has to work or I'm fucked, you know? And you don't
Yeah,
want to be unless the game score is fucking 0-20. You never want to be in a position where you're going for plays that quote unquote have to work. The game is still 3-5. The game is still completely fine. We can just scale up. We don't need to go kamikaze to the wall, you know? So I would be shocked if this works. Yeah, yeah. Boom. And now the game is really. Before you were behind him, yes, but you weren't fucked. Now you're fucked. You know, because before this guy killed you, he's level 5 now. But you get level 5 off like wolves, Grom, and like your next camp will probably get you level 5, and you'll be like around the same level. But once you die here, you're basically down 2 levels for the rest of the game now. If he plays correctly, you know.
Right.
Does it make sense? So you just have to, when you're behind, just have to, the thing, because it's not about this specific game. It's giving you tips for your future games. The TLDR is when you're behind, you just want to stabilize and catch up. That's the normal play. It's not take big. It's not, oh, I'm behind, so let me take bigger risks. You know, it's not, I'm behind, so let me like play normally, catch back up in golden XP, and you only want to take huge risks when the game's like, again, really really fucked. Like the score is 0-20, and like at that point you'll never catch up playing normally and playing for farm because you're just too far behind. So then why not take crazy risks? But before this game, again, the game was completely shows 3-5. That's only down 2 kills. That's not a big deal at all, right? Make sense?
Yeah, that
Like this is
makes
a good
sense.
example. Like he just play a trade. Nice, take his Raptors. Perfect. Full clear down. Perfect. Get your level 6. Now when you're level 6, now we can look to force fights. Like this, this is good. This is what we should have been doing. Because even now, like the game's still not bad. Look, it's the game 6-10. So the game is only down what 4 kills. That's not a big deal. He does grubs. Okay, let's look for a bot gank because we know the enemy jungle's top side, right? So now we look bot lane. Boom, Quinn comes. Boom, we get another kill. 7-11. Get the crab. Nice. Pull dragon. Nice. I would say that I would say this. I would say right now you've recovered. You're not as strong as her, sure, but look, he's 74, 73 CS. You're 64. You're only down 10. That's like three camps ish. It's pretty chill, right? You have flash up, you have ult up. Your flash ult should be a guaranteed kill on someone. If you use it correctly. Poppy's here, no biggie. Again, look, time to just full clear down. Quinn forced to play. Let's watch this fight. Biggest problem here again. I'm not gonna talk about mechanics too much with you, but just you didn't use your Q. Wukong can always Q ult. It's like instant. So here before ulting, just Q, and then you'd get your second Q afterwards because your ult would refund your Q, right? In this case, an extra Q on that
Yeah.
Diana would kill her, right? So this is already big, 2 kills, but I think Diana would die there just to your Q, and then instead of the score being 9-13, it'd be 10-13. And keep in mind, even though it's 10-13, you also just got 500 gold shutdown, so in reality it's 9-13, but it's actually 11-13 from the shutdown gold. And then if you kill Diana, it would have been 13-13 because she probably also had a shutdown. So you see how like boom, one extra Q, and it's a 13-13 game. Where so that's like you've completely recovered, you know.
Yeah.
And what did we do to recover? All we did was full clear for like 5 minutes, get our ult, and then we finally did an ult play, and that's it. Boom, done. See how simple? You have to do no crazy plays, no crazy ganks. It's just full clear, get our items, get our ult, and then look to fight. We pull this. Let's see what these guys did. They fought last one over. Yeah, WOA instantly. Yeah, looks good. Now max range Q. Look how far this Q was.
Yeah, I played some more Wukong today, and
Boom!
I was
He
like,
can't even hit
really
his.
makes.
Yeah, look at
Yeah, that shit is crazy, bro.
that. All right, well, kind of jumped in and died here. And we kill him. Boom. See, awesome. And now we have Triforce in base, so we're literally we have fully recovered. You know. We're not as strong as him, but you're like your same level. Your same level. You have item, first item. He has his first item. You're 80 CS, he's 90 CS, only down that 10 CS. See? And all we did to recover was we full cleared and we just waited for him to mess up, and we just punished his mistakes. Right? Not too complicated. Here, nice. Same thing, same logic here. You see how you didn't Q before your ult?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I didn't W
Oh,
instantly either to get the.
yeah. Look at this double. This is probably on accident, but look at this double Q here. See here, you Q. See that?
Mhm.
Like, see how much damage? That guy just got one shot. See this? Boom, another double Q. See how you're doing it on accident for sure, but you see how much damage it does? It's literally one-shotting him. Okay, you took your own accident happens. So I don't know. I think you've recovered. You're just not forcing bad plays. You're just full clearing, and you're just waiting for the enemy team to mess up, and you're just punishing the mistakes. That's honestly League in a nutshell. They do dragon, so you herald. Just, a good trade play. Trading's always good. I think here as well, after Herald, I would just stay and check his Raptors or his Krugs or his Red. Because, again, you just got notification he's on Dragon, so why not check his top camps, right? I think it's not the craziest idea to assume that your bot camp's already down. Here, if you want to go early brush reds, you can just because it's really good versus Poppy. and it's good for Diana. I don't mind just going sitting on tier ones for item. I'm just saying that it's not terrible to. The other option isn't bad. EQ ult, nice. He pushed you away, sucks. But your laners are pretty behind. But I think you're doing the best you can. When you don't have ult, you just can't fight. So you're just waiting for your ult to come up, back up, back up. Now that your ult's back up, now we can look to fight. Ult instantly. See here, I would Q him again. Okay, nice. We get a kill. Get bot tower bounty, nice. Another example. Look at this double Q damage. See that? Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Don't forget to Q. Buy stun. Oh shit. I guess you're on a ward. Don't forget the sweep. Don't forget the sweeper.
Yeah.
That's the small takeaway. I must be streaming or something. Okay.
I've never seen people ward that bush post tower break, but yeah, that's just an easy mistake to fix.
Yeah, it's just anytime you're. I mean, you have two charges there too, so it's like why not sweeper? But I don't know. At this point, I don't think the game is your fault. I think the enemy team is just snowballing well, and your team. I think you stabilized. Even though your KD was says 1-4, you have 7 assists. So let's imagine you're 8-4, right? So I think you fully stabilized. I think your bot lane has just kept dying. And that's not, and I think that's been out of your control. I think right now your Yasuo is your strongest member, and your job has just you're just been following the Yasuo around and playing with them, which is the correct thing to do. So I don't know. I have no. I think your mid so far your mid game is like really really good. Your early game is the only thing that you messed up on. I think your mid
Yeah,
game,
that was what I had the biggest question on because
yeah,
I just don't
your
know.
mid game
I mean, we're like,
you did a good job identifying winning lanes. You identified my Yasuo's my winning lane. Let me just follow him around and hopefully good things happen. And I think for a while good things did happen.